Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is
right onto West Capitol Drive,
the No Matrix, No Simping,
right 2 lanes to turn slightly right
all
onto
subjects channel.
ramp.
So we got a long ride. Y'all gonna hear the GPS, but don't worry about that. We're gonna make another video. This number 2 thing. I said number 1, we in the last days. The number 2 reason why these women just not right and towards men is gonna come in a couple more times. So the number 2 reason, and I notice like when I do videos it just keep coming on, but like sometimes when I'm not doing videos it don't even come on like that. But the number 2 reason why women leave men, reject men, and don't do right by some of these men that actually is good for them is because they're too petty, funny acting, and weird. I'm gonna keep all 3 of those together on this one. They too petty, they too funny acting, and they too weird. A lot of women, when you've been with them a while, it means nothing. Because what happens is they find ways to be critical of you. They don't emphasize and they don't spotlight the things that you do that benefit them and the things that you do that are good. You could do 1,000 things good. The minute one thing goes bad, they lose feelings for you. That's why, listen, any A to Z, any content creator, just catering to these women, caping for these women, not being realistic in terms of how relationships are working, and the majority of the relationships are working right now, don't listen to them, man. Don't listen to them. Well, you should find later, you need to pick better, or you need to love more, or you need to put that thing on, you need to put it down. It don't matter, man. You could put it down, you can love, you could do all this stuff for them. It doesn't matter. They still, this is what they do. The dude that diss them, like the husbands that diss them, they don't leave them. They leave the ones that don't diss them. They have affairs on the ones that don't diss them. And so, even if you don't diss them, you still end up falling out with the majority of them because you can't be too nice to today's women. You can't be too caring with today's women. You can't be too passive with today's women. These women now, if they don't want to work or they can't work, they'll stay with you. They'll stay with you. Not even like it, because you provide convenience for them. That's how it be. Somebody else will like them and they'll be playing games just to try to keep him around, but they don't have no plans on leaving the dude. Then, especially if he making good enough money where they got a house or a nice house, car, stuff like that, they're not gonna leave him alone. They can hate him and make his life miserable, but they ain't gonna leave. That's how they do. And they find wrong in you every which way, but can't find the wrong in themselves. That's how it be. So that's why I say the number 2 reason why they can't have good relationships, can't find a man, can't keep a man, and they leave good men is because they're petty, they're funny acting, and they weird. What do I mean by weird? We're going to get on each one of them. What do I mean by weird? Weird is they literally invent things that's wrong with the guy. Or it could be something real simple. They'll downplay it or overlook the part that they need to do to make things better. And they'll focus on the little bitty kink in a man's armor. That's why, listen, y'all young dudes, and I want to talk especially to you who come from 2-parent household, it's not going to be the same for you, man. It's not. You're going to have to be more aggressive. You're going to have to be more willing to get dumped and to dump. To get dumped and to dump. If she dumps you, do not take her back. If you dump her, do not take her back. The only way I could see is if you was the one being petty as a man and you came to see what you was doing, you said, you know what, I messed over a good one. You try to get back. That's the only thing I could see. But other than that, like if she leave, like let's say y'all live together, she move out, do not let her come back. Do not. Don't be like Blueface. Blueface is simple.
Take exit 47.
They need to start a new game called The Simps. Because he admitted that she was dealing with all these other men. But what a lot of guys do, they'll let a woman tell them, well, you was messing with other girls. It's not the same.
Continue on Good Hope
It's not.
East for 7 miles.
Taking one and giving one is not the same. Anybody that think that is weird. That's what I'm talking about. Women who think that them taking one and him giving one is the same thing. It's not. It's not. So what I mean by weird is they love and they like the guys that don't love and like them. They stay with the guys that want them to leave, and they leave the guys that want them to stay. And then afterwards, they think that his life basically supposed to revolve around them. Like I told y'all, it's all right to like a woman, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have high tolerance though. Don't have high tolerance, man. You know, if you have to tell her, hey, listen, you know, I think we should go our separate way. You should be willing to do that, because you shouldn't be living by busting a nut. You shouldn't be living by that. But they petty in the sense that it could be something real small or something that, let's say you struggling with something. You don't end your marriage because your husband fall into financial problems. Especially in 2023 with the rising cost of everything. You don't love your husband no more over money. It's because you never loved him. That's all it is. And I tell you guys all the time is watch out for rebounds. Watch out for rebounds. Like if a girl was in love or had a strong infatuation with a guy within like a 5-year period or less, do not try to go with her. Do not try to date her. And do not, and I know some of them, if they watch this video, they're going to start lying. But if you anything like me, you know that everything they tell you, you got to be able to remember so you can bring it back. Bring that same question back a year and a half later, and I guarantee you a lot of them going to answer it a different way. Well, you said you wasn't in love with me. Well, I forgot. They ain't forget. They did not forget. So, never be the rebound guy and never go for the rebound girl. Go for the one that say, you know what, I'm not even finna focus on these men. You know, I want a man, but I'm not finna focus on that. And she just go and do something else instead of the one that's rebounding. Go for the one that don't got no feelings for nobody. Go for the one that's completely single. Y'all dudes is sharing women. That's how y'all be catching stuff. You too desperate, too needy. Your ego is too, you need your ego stroke. That's why a lot of them, they just gotta have this, gotta have that, because they need their ego stroke. But they too funny acting. Somebody approach them, they ain't even got nobody, and they think he cute, but he still leaves with no progress. Funny acting. what they call it, the rest in B face, funny acting. Too funny acting. So a guy approaches you. You don't have no guys. You just was talking about how you want a man with your friends. Then the guy approaches you and you reject him and treat him like dirt, treat him like trash. That's why a lot of them don't have a man. That's why a lot of them can't keep a man. And that's why a lot of them are in bad relationships. And when you see a guy divorce a woman, you know she just was on some childish stuff. She's playing games. Especially if he got kids, you see him divorce her, you already know she's playing games. Listen, married men especially, married men should be getting the most sex. But what these women do is they try to flood you with sex until you marry them. When you marry them, the sex just dwindles away. That's, let's live your lives, man. Like, I don't understand. Well, I understand, but I only understand partly the fascination. Because if I look back, a lot of the women, well, I ain't gonna put them down in that way. I ain't gonna do it. Let me just keep making my points that I'm making. I'm to the point, I don't care if I never lay with another woman again. Do I want to? Absolutely. It's fun. But I don't care, because I know that any man is possible. That you might not ever get none again. It's possible. With me, I doubt it highly, because I'm me. But if it was to happen that way, I can live with it. I'm good. I got a whole bunch of them. It's not nothing to live by. When you think back, one day I was rating in my mind, like just trying to remember. And most of them is close to the same. A few of them was trash. Most of them was average, and a couple of was exception. It don't matter as much as we make it matter, man. See, I'm gonna do a video on the elements of life that cause people to be distracted and disturbed. I can remember that, sometimes I say I'm gonna do a video and I forget. But a lot of things cause people to be distracted and disturbed. And one of them is women. If you look at, if you line up 5 panhandlers or 10, and you go into their history and you say, okay, what led to this? You can't blame anyone, but I guarantee you, mispursuit, over pursuit, or wrong pursuit of women led to some of that. They said a lot of guys be homeless because they be getting divorced and they can't never bounce back from it. And the other woman, she been bounced back, found her somebody else. The system is unfair. And because the system is unfair, that's why I would advise you guys not to even focus on these women like that. And this type of content can never go forward enough. You can never say, all right, that's enough. Echo chamber this, that. Why? Because it'll never be like a complete echo chamber, because it's going to be always somebody new having to deal with the stuff that we talking about. So at this point, man, I'm focused on health, the Most High, health, money. Not focused on no relationship, and I already see how that could be. You could be trying to look out for them, and they'll find a way to twist what you do and twist what you say just to find another reason to criticize you. That's how they do, man. That's why I'm past that stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm not saying I'll never shoot no shot or see what's up with somebody, but I'm saying that I won't focus on it. I'm gonna be focused on other things. You know, like I tell y'all, recreational use only, and I don't care who don't like it. The reason why is because if you get too emotional with these women, you gonna get your feelings and your pocket hurt. I'm telling you, man. Your feelings and your pocket. And that's all I'm really gonna say on this one. Too petty, too funny acting, too weird. They'll go and start liking somebody else over something that can be corrected. And then they'll still be with the dude. Sneaky. I done already been through all that, man. So I know. As a man, the proper 2023 way to think is yourself first. Do not put these women first. They'll cheat on you. They'll be sucking somebody else down. I'm going to keep it PG. And then with you'll be like, won't you do this? No, I ain't doing that. Or they'll want to do it to somebody else and they won't want to do it with you. And so here's the thing. When they start acting like that, don't be paying bills and providing for them. Go ahead, bite your bullet. And if you got to pay a little while, that day is coming where you won't have to pay, you won't have to provide for them anymore. So thanks for watching. I truly do thank y'all for watching. All the encouraging comments. Man, live your life, man. Don't worry about what your parents saying. Your parents came up in a different time. When you gonna get married and have some kids? Married to who? I don't even say that to my sons. Who they gonna marry? A witch who they start developing feelings for, and now she just become their worst enemy. They got feelings for their worst enemy because they got a little piece. No, I don't be saying that to my sons, man. Thanks for watching.